pubic hair in the shower when you get there. Hey there, fellow travelers. Mark here with Wolters World, and today we're here in Key West, Florida, and today we're going to talk about our things that really upset people about Airbnbs, okay? And I'm going to get started with number one that I just want to make sure I told you about, and that is when the Airbnb isn't clean. Look, we've come into bathrooms that literally it looked like someone killed a pubic hair doll in there, and it was all over the bathroom. Disgusting. Look, you see that you pay a cleaning fee. You expect these things to be clean. You see them checked off that we're doing the extra cleaning to make sure everything's better. But it doesn't always happen. So a dirty Airbnb, that is the first thing that will upset someone when they go to an Airbnb. And that kind of leads into the second thing that irks me when I go to an Airbnb, and that is when they have exorbitant cleaning fees. For example, we're staying here in Key West. The place we're staying is charging me $300 cleaning fee and maintenance fee to be here. We're here 3 days. They don't come in clean, but we have to pay $300 to have it cleaned afterwards. Oh, and we have to clean it before we go and do all the laundry and, do the dishes and take out all the garbage and make sure everything's nice. What's going on there, right? It's like, why? I mean, I have no problem paying cleaning fees if it's going to be clean or if you're cleaning it, but when it gets exorbitant, and you'll see that sometimes that you will see the exorbitant fees because one, hey, it could be another little extra add-on for money because then the Airbnb doesn't look as expensive if I'm charging you the fee that comes on later, right? So the per night thing's a bit different, but really that exorbitant fee, the exorbitant cleaning fee, that will irk people, especially if you, the person staying there, has to pretty much clean the house themselves. Now, the next thing that might irk people when they go to Airbnbs is when there's no dish soap or there's no laundry detergent, but they advertise full kitchen and they advertise laundry available, but there's nothing that you can do to actually clean stuff with. Especially when they say, oh, before you leave, you need to wash the sheets, or before you leave, start the dishwasher. Like, wait, there's no pods, there's no stuff to clean with. What am I supposed to do? Yeah, it's not a big deal to go out and buy some cleaning supplies, spend $10 and you get your dish soap and you get your Tide Pods, but you still have to go out and do that, and that takes away from your vacation. So not having those first little things, just starter packs, can be a real upsetting experience. Now, speaking with that starter pack, the next thing that's going to irk you at an Airbnb, or one that will really piss you off, is if they give you no toilet paper or just one roll of toilet paper that's single ply. Look, I don't expect them to outfit you with toilet paper for your entire visit because you might be there a while. But if they only have the one starter roll when you're there, I mean, think about it. You're a family of 4. You're going to stay in this place that has 1 bedroom. You just got off the road. So mom goes to the bathroom, kids go to the bathroom, dad go to the bathroom. Guess what? The next morning, there's nothing there. And you're like, do they have any tissues here? Or they paper towels? Somebody got a sock or something? Look, that no toilet paper or no extra toilet paper is really frustrating. So if you are an Airbnb host, I have 2 or 3 rolls there. No, you don't have to have the 900 things like you're saving up for the apocalypse, but have a few rolls so when people get there, they can start up. I know for us, this has been an issue enough times that when we actually drive around the US and we get Airbnbs, we actually keep toilet paper in our car just in case, okay? Because yes, you can always go get some, but how many of you want to hop off the toilet when you realize there's no TP left? Yeah, maybe not. Now, another thing that might irk you with your Airbnbs is if they have really, really, really early checkouts or really, really, really late check-ins. I've gone places where it was 6 p.m. check-ins. So we had to wander the city a bit before we could actually get in. And that can be a bit frustrating when you've got multiple luggages and you've got stuff going on, because sometimes what we'll do is we'll actually book the night before just so we can get in earlier. But some places say, it's like, no, we only, maybe it's their house or an extra house, they have a normal job. They're like, look, we can't be there until after 6 to let you in. So it doesn't even matter if you book it a day early. But man, that really, really late check-in, you're like, hey, I need to get in there. I got to drop off my stuff. I got to do something. That can be irksome. But actually what I find more frustrating is when they have the super early checkout. I've gone to places where it's 8 a.m. checkout. I'm like, wait, 8 a.m.? Like, we're not even getting up. It's vacation. And you want us out by 8? What the heck's going on? So make sure you read their rules before you book. When is check-in? When is checkout? And to make sure your planes or your transportation can coordinate with that, okay? So have a heads up. Another thing that Jocelyn and I agree on very much about things that really irk us about Airbnbs is when the Airbnb you booked isn't the Airbnb that you're actually at. I mean, how many times you clicked on the pictures on Airbnb or VRBO or apartment rentals, whatever, and they have these beautiful beach pictures, and they have all these beautiful things, like, wow, that must be right by the house. And it's not. It's from like 3 blocks away, 4 blocks away, the other side of the city. You're like, that's not the actual place we're staying. You know, I mean, it looks great in the pictures, like, this is exactly what I want. And then you show up and it's not that way. I know there's a place we stayed on Tybee Island in Georgia, and I remember we got in there and I'm like, did we book the wrong place? Like, this doesn't look anything like what we booked. And we've had places that had the big screen TV, then you got there was no TV, or they have the pictures of all the beach equipment and there's no beach equipment. You're like, well, what? Like, this is what I booked. And so the bait and switch kind of thing is really bad. And that's why for you, it's important that when you do apartment rentals, write reviews to let people know what it's really like when you're there. And this is really important when it comes to the kitchens, because another thing that might irk you when you're here is, you know, a lot of people, you stay at Airbnbs with your family so you can save money and cook in the, you know, Airbnb or in the VRBO, in the rental. And when you go there and they don't actually have a stocked kitchen. They have a kitchen, but they only have one pot. I know one place, this is another place in Tybee, different place. I should notice there's a theme here with Tybee and their rentals. But this rental we had, it slept 10. It slept 10 people. We rented it. It had 4 forks, 4 knives, 4 spoons, 4 plates, 4 bowls. That's it. Like, it rents 10, but you only have 4 forks. I mean, it was insane. And so that's why you want to make sure, is it really fully stocked? That's why when you read the reviews, search kitchen and what are people saying about the kitchen? Is it stocked? Does it have spices in it? Does it have enough pans for you? Because I know for us, we ended up having to go out and buy, you know, dishes. We had to go buy, well, you know, paper plates and stuff and cutlery and things. So we had something to use there, because 4 forks with us and people there, like, there just wasn't enough. So that can be frustrating. And then the last thing I want to talk about that really irks you about, you know, Airbnb or VRBO or rentals, it's the host. See, the host can be super awesome. There are some super hosts that are so super. We become friends with some of our hosts over the years and we want to go back to their place again and again and again. But there's other ones who are like, whoa, I don't want to ever be involved with you again. I mean, we had one in Mystic, Connecticut that they were actually looking in the windows to see what we were doing. They're like all up in our business. I'm like, I'm working and my kids are playing video games. Why are you staring through the window? It was really weird, like very uncomfortable. So that was like, ugh. But on the other side, that can be really irksome with the host is they don't communicate. I mean, there's been times where, you know, we're trying to communicate and they don't write back. They just accept your reservation, then you never hear from them. Like, look, I have a question, I need this, or what's this here? And you get nothing back. There's been a couple times we've actually been locked out of the house because the super duper lock they had on there didn't work anymore. San Antonio, we were calling the number we had, we were texting, we were emailing. 2 hours later, they finally got back to us. Oh yeah, we don't really check our emails very often. I'm like, what the hell? Like, you know, we're coming in and you have all this stuff and it's not working and people are trying to get into your place. I mean, luckily it was the fall in San Antonio, so it wasn't super hot, but you know, you have a couple kids sitting outside of a house for 2 hours. It's not really a good experience, right? And that's happened other places. So communication is key. So when you're looking at those reviews, see what they talk about the communication. Are they good communicators? You just should be okay. All right. So what irks you about Airbnbs? Let us know. This is your time to just let it out. 'Cause sometimes we just have to vent. I'm not saying I'm venting because where I'm staying now, but I'm just saying sometimes you gotta vent. So whether it's pubic hair that they didn't clean, yet I'm paying $300 to make sure it was clean before I get here, or if it's just they don't communicate to you, let us know, all right? So I'll see you later and bye from here in Key West. Oh, and I hope you have good Airbnbs because there's some really great Airbnbs and VRBOs out there, but sometimes you can get a little frustrated. Bye. I mean, it looks so... Their last little boom out. Oh, come on. They put on the afterburners. All right.